In today's video, we're going to be installing Apple CarPlay on my Audi TTS as cheaply as possible with some breathtaking results. We're going to be seeing just how much we can save by doing things ourselves, as well as purchasing a version from a source I found on eBay. Stay tuned until the end to find out the results and the struggles I had along the way. What's going on guys, Will here, and today we are back with a modification video to my Audi TTS. We are going to be doing an Apple CarPlay retrofit to the TTS as currently it looks very dated and we are unable to change songs. By the end of the video that will have changed, and we will also have learned how to install electronics when it comes to stereos in cars. So for me, it's a win-win. If you do enjoy the video, make sure to drop a like down below. It lets the YouTube algorithm know you're enjoying the content and that other people may enjoy it too. Also, leave a comment down below your thoughts on the upgrade. Do you think it looks better with the screen fitted? Remember to hit that subscribe button and ding dong that notification bell, that way you'll never miss an upload. I'll also leave a link to all my other socials down below and on screen now. We are still streaming on Twitch 4 to 5 times a week, so come along and join the fun. Anyway, let's get into the first step of the install, which is removing the old stereo, which proved trickier than it should.
Alright guys, so ignore the dusty radio, it needs a good clean, but we need to take this one out. And to do that, we've got the universal keys.
So with the universal keys, line them up so that the slant is facing inwards. This will mean the key should slot into the holes until you hear a click. Once you hear a click with all 4 holes, the radio should be easy to wiggle out from its mount. However, it turns out someone had tried to get this one out before and had broken a couple of the clips. This meant it was a much trickier job than it should have been for me.
So it's now about 6 o'clock. I had to wait until I finished work because the ones that we were using off Amazon were absolutely shit. So I had to go buy some more from Halfords. Now, I wasn't sure if it was the things I was using that are being shit or if it was my stereo that was broken, but I've managed to get it out.
Here is the result. And literally what I had to do was put the keys in every single one of these things, and then I had to put a wrench in the hole so that I could pull on every single one at once, and then it eventually came loose, which is absolutely magnificent, because now we can see if this is the right stereo for what I've got and if we can attach the other one. So let's get into it. So everyone, we're back inside now, and now that we have the old stereo out, let's unbox the new one. Sneak peek, I've already opened it, and I may have bitten off a bit more than I can chew with this one. First things first, we've got the face plate in there, we've got the screen in here, which if I take out is absolutely ridiculous compared to what I did have. Then we've got the mounting brackets in there, which I need to pick up in a minute, and then we've got all of these cables that need to be fit, as well as the microphone in there that needs to be fit as well. And just to throw a bit more in, some more cables in there as well. First things first, we need to get the old one out, plug all the wires into the new one, and then we can try and figure out how it fits together. Now, like I said, I'm not a stereo engineer or whatever they're called. I've never done a car system before. I'm sure there'll be complications along the way. So I know how to secure this together. So we're gonna do a little bit of peel porn, which we still have a screen protector on as well. So this is what it's gonna look like eventually. And then this slot right in here. So make sure we've got it the right way up. Click the bottom bits in, the bottom bit's going first, and then this bit does second, and you should hear a click when it's in properly. And now we're all in like that. That's how it should be. And now there is screws. We can go ahead and get these screws now and screw it in, just so it's held in position. So I'll do that now. So now that it's all screwed in, there was actually 5 screws, I forgot the one at the top. We can now have a play around with the wiring, so let's try it. So according to the manual, we need the harness first, which is, I believe, this one. So although it looks confusing, there is a lot of wires. This is the power, because it goes in the big power one. So we'll get this one out of the way first, so the power one's in. So the pins are all lined up, and then I'm just gonna slot it in. So it's in, let go, give it a little push to make sure, and then it should be caught in there. Give it a little tug. If it doesn't move, it's in there nicely. Now we can work on the rest. So looking at the manual, we've also got stuff for USB cables and stuff like that. So it's actually got quite a few features that we can pack into. Let's have a look at what cables we've got in the box. We're going to leave that review camera for now because I want to get all of this out of the way, get this working first. And then if we figure it out, we can move on to that
at another point, but let's not complicate it too much. It's my first time doing it. Just while I read the manual, I'm just gonna have a cup of coffee and have a little read, and then we'll take the old one out so that we know what wires we've got and what we're working with, how it all fits together. So if you do enjoy the video, hit the like button, comment down below your thoughts. You're learning with me, you're along for me for the ride, and hopefully this looks absolutely sick once it's done. So this, I'm assuming, is the antenna. So this is going to plug in here, I believe. So that is now in properly. So that's ready to be plugged in, which is all good. So now that we've done that, we've got the GPS cable, which I'm just going to plug right in here. And then we can just tighten this up because it's a tighty one. Obviously, we're going to leave these all cable tied for now because I don't want wires everywhere. Now it's just these two big ones to go. And then we're taking this old one off. Let's pull it. All right, so we've got it here. So these were the bastard clips that kept getting stuck. Look, we couldn't get anything that caught onto them, and they're a little bit bent as well. So I dare say someone's tried to get these before, but at least it's out now. And let's take the wires out the old-fashioned way and just pull them out how we usually would. So I've got one out. So that's the first one out. There's little clips on the top that we have to pull out individually as it's staying there. Let me try and do this one. So you have to get your hand on it, pull it down till you hear a click, and then it should just slide straight out like that. One more to go, and then this last one, and then we're all disconnected. So that last one's a little bit different. It was actually the seat in here that I had to undo, and it's pulled everything out on that one. So just this last one to go. There we go. And that is the old stereo out. So what I'm looking out for is similar to a computer. So when I'm looking at these pins in here, I'm looking for the pattern. So I'll just get a close up. So what I'm looking for is the pattern of the pins. So as you can see, along the top we've got 3, along the bottom we've got 3, and there's 2 gaps. We want to try and match that up with one of these harnesses. And then as soon as we see the pattern that matches, which I'm thinking is that one there, we know which way round it goes and which way everything goes in, and it should all connect nicely. And I have removed it from this for now, just to make it a bit easier. I'm just pushing the rest of them in now. I can't see any pins on this other side, so I'm just gonna hazard a guess and which way round they go, and if it doesn't work we'll try the other way around. But yeah, I think it's this way around. I think it was green first, blue second. Probably should have taken more notice, but yeah. So that's now all in. We've now got this still to plug in somewhere, and then we've got all this other stuff. Now we may have hit a crossroads. Now we have a connector left over that does not fit anything, but what I'm going to do is plug in everything I can, turn it on, see if it works for one, and then see if there's any error messages, see what works, see what doesn't work, and then we can have a play around. So let's get to it. So as I said, I've just wired the USBs up, 3-pin one's in there for this one. This one is a 2-pin one. So this will just go right next door to it. So we'll plug that in now. Right, so now everything's plugged in. Let's turn it, one rotation, see if it turns on.
And so I tested the stereo retrofit with everything plugged in, but nothing was happening. I just couldn't get the stereo to work. So I gave up. I went back to the drawing board. But just before I sent the item back, I had an idea.
So we're now back a few weeks later because I bought this because I want to see if it's the connection that's not working, if the wires have got power, if it's the unit that's not working. Something's not working when it should be. So we're going to use this circuit tester to find out. So I don't know where to pop you, but I've just plugged everything in except from the power. I think what was happening is I didn't complete the full circuit because there was power coming through. I checked that, but I didn't have this put in. So where you can hear stuff now, I didn't complete the full circuit. So it's fucking freezing, so I'm going to stay in my coat. So yeah, let's put everything back in. So we've got the GPS in, we've got the antenna plugged in, we've got the USB cables, which I'm not going to unravel yet. I want to make sure everything works before. Actually, do you know what? They're in the way. So there we go. We've undone the USBs. They're plugged in fine. And then we've got these audio jacks. We've got the right and the left. So we'll just do them together. And then we've got the power jack. I've also put on the bus decoder on Don't know if we need it, but it was in the pack, so I thought it's probably best to put that on anyway. And then what we'll do is we'll plug the power back in. So that's now all in. So all of this is connected. This is fine, this is in, everything's in. Turn the ignition on, but not the engine. Can you hear that? That's the speakers. And it's turning on. Something's going to be causing it to buzz in, but hopefully we can fix that. Okay, it says Android is starting. Okay, and now we have a screen that works. So let me read the instructions on what to do next. Connect my phone to it, make sure everything's working, make sure music's playing, and then we'll go ahead and we'll fit it in there. So yes, the interface is a little bit slower than what you would usually get. It's a little bit laggy compared to like a normal one, but look, it does the job. It still moves around normally, and you can still put in using the microphone where you want to go, and it comes up with it on here. So overall, quite happy with that. It's got some other cool features on here as well, like tells you how fast you're going, what the time is. It's got some apps on here, just like a normal tablet, to be honest. And then once you click on this, links to your phone, and we have Apple CarPlay. And there you go. Here's Spotify as well. Comes up with my latest listen of the Diary of a CEO podcast. So yeah, that's all working good. Quite happy with this. So yes, I know this is another day, but I'm in the middle of another video and I've just realised why the airbag warning lights come on. It's because here I disconnected the passenger airbag warning light, and there's nowhere for it to go on here. So I need to take the light out and make sure it's plugged in, otherwise it's going to come up with a code saying that there's an airbag warning light missing. So we push a clip in here on this side, and then that should go out a little bit, and there's one again on the other side here. So you want to push it in. Just get a little close up there, these silver clips in there. And once you've got them both pushed in, it should just slide out. There we go. So I pushed it out a bit, and now I should be able to just push this in, and the clips come out just like that. And as you can see, this spare wire here, which we had nowhere to put, we can put, so it's connected back in, and that should get rid of our problem. We just need to find somewhere to put this now. And there we go, it's all off. So guys, I've just tried to do this reverse camera, and one fatal flaw which I've realised is, look how short this cable is from the rear view camera. So this is what I mean. This camera would obviously have to go onto this light here, and we'd have to get a new mount which had the camera to be able to be fitted. But if I lift this up, look how far it's got to go. So we'd have to go from there all the way down through this piece here so it doesn't get exposed to water, and then down through here to about here. Whereas the cable, if we put it say here, we just do it roughly, it doesn't even reach the piece to go into the car. It reaches to about here. I think we just have to give up on that idea for now. Which is a massive shame, because I think that would have been a really, really good feature to have in the car. But as we're not doing that, then we'll come back and we'll fit all of the stereo back in so that it's all done, the light's fixed, and everything is wired up correctly. Right, hands are all clean, coffee's made. Let's put this all back together. Let's do it.
So all that I'm doing now is tidying all the wires and cables ready to be put behind the screen so it's safe and untangled. I'm also sticking the GPS in a secure location so that it's usable on the Apple CarPlay system. Once I'd done this, then it was time to sort the microphone.
So because I'm going to take the short method of not going all the way around and putting it up there, there's a bit in here that I'm just going to wire it onto, which is just a crocodile clip, so shouldn't be too hard. As you can see, that's now clipped on there nicely. Is this stops and there's a gap here, so I could, in theory, pull these USBs through. So I'm going to do that now. So it's going to go through here, down, around, back through, and then we're just going to feed it. So I'm going to hold that in place, and I'm going to start the engine and just make sure that everything's working before I click it in. So I've just used the microphone. The microphone is working, and also the GPS seems to be working as well. So what I'm going to do is turn off the engine now, click everything back in, and then we need to secure
the USBs so that they're usable. So yeah, let's do that now. So obviously I bought this from China, so it's not going to be the best fit, and I probably should have expected it for the price I paid for it. So as you can see, it does look a much bigger improvement on what we had before. We've got the USBs down here which do work, which means we can get rid of this bad boy now. And also the music works, Waze works. You've got all your apps and stuff here. If you press that, it should come up. There we go. So you've got all your music, your messages, WhatsApp as well. So yeah, it's a little bit laggy compared to the normal Apple CarPlay, but to be fair, you know, for the price you pay, it's the price you get, and I'm really happy with it. So as long as it stays in place and doesn't pop out, I'll be happy. So yeah, we'll do some future tests soon, but for now guys, that is how you install Apple CarPlay, saving yourself £400 to £500, which, do you know what? I'm pretty happy with that. So I would do a sound test, but copyrighted music and whatnot.
Instead, let me show you just how good this purchase was for the car. I am absolutely in love with it, especially as someone who has never had any form of CarPlay before. It's unreal. Plus, the increased functionality of the entertainment system is just insane.
So guys, that is going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Leave a like down below and comment down below your thoughts on the video. Did you enjoy it? Do you want to see more of these budget installations? We've got so many plans for this Audi TTS, so hit that subscribe button and ding dong that notification bell. That way you'll never miss an upload. But for now guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Here's to a smashing 2024. Take care. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.